Well, hi there. I'm Josh,
Bro,
and this
I just watched this
is
video,
Raw.
man, and they're saying the ball python business is gonna die.
Fisher, you know that we're both in the car business and sell cars, and you know how many rumors there are about the car business. Those rumors about the snake business dying have been around since 2023, 2024. There's a reason for it. We'll grab some chairs and sit down and talk it over.
Okay, bro, if I get to ask the questions, why are people saying the ball python business is gonna die?
Well, Fisher, much like the car business, what times would we have wanted to join the car business? It would have been 2001, 2002 when the first 0% came out. It would have been cash for clunkers. Heck, it would have been COVID. During COVID, if you had any kind of hybrid car, or basically any car, to tell you the truth, people were going to buy. I mean, and if you were a customer and you walked into a dealership and you saw salespeople just selling left and right just because they had something available, you're going to be like, wow, that's pretty easy. Well, from what I understand, that's the way the ball python business was. Not everybody was actually looking at what they were buying. For instance, back in COVID times, I've sold several Sienna minivans that had cloth interiors. Whenever the average family wants one with leather because it's easier to clean up after kids. I mean, anybody who has kids knows that. So, but the only thing available was a cloth one, so they bought a cloth one. Same thing when it came with snakes in COVID because there just wasn't enough snakes out there. You got to remember, everybody was off work, everybody was spending the extra money they got from the government. So, these people that got in, they were like, wow, I can produce anything and anything a sell. That's not the case nowadays, unfortunately.
Okay, so if not everything sells, then how are you gonna sell these snakes here? Well, they're babies, I guess. What's gonna make you different than the other 75, 80 breeders within a 100-mile radius of here? What are you gonna do differently than those people? What's gonna make you stand out?
What's going to make me stand out? Okay, so you don't really have to stand out. Um, there's a podcast that I watch. Actually, it's on Chucky's wall here. Whatever this podcast is called, podcast. It's Leviathan. Snakes, it's Royal Canadian Reptiles, Ever Evolving Pythons, and Bob's Balls. And Will from there has said it once. I love the quote because I mean I don't have 300 snakes by any means, but I'm not discouraging anybody from becoming a ball python breeder by any means. I mean, literally, if you think about it, one, two, three, four. I only have three snakes that could be grabbing right now. So three snakes, let's just say they each have 10 eggs. That's 30 snakes. So all I have to do is find 30 people to buy my snakes. And with as much social media as I do, with Morph Market, and the fact that I shed test everything, which that's a big thing too, okay? Is, you can use RGI. RGI is a great company. They are not I'm not affiliated with RGI. If you're listening though, I mean, But anyhow, I'm not affiliated with RGI. But if for some reason, somebody were to come to me and say, "Hey, is this actually this morph? Like red stripe, yellow belly, het clown, het VPI exantic," because it was a 66% het VPI exantic. Well, I've already shed tested it, so I know it's 100% het. There is no 50% het with me. There is no 66% het. That's also the reason why I can ask for all the money. So, for instance, any of my snakes, like, I have a puzzle somewhere around here. VPI, het VPI exantic, and 50% het hypo. Once I get that one shed tested, that automatically goes up like $100 or something, which is great. And I'm not worried about the money. I'm more worried about somebody getting a great snake and being able to build. That's another thing that you look at too. I mean, I believe it was Miguel or Bob, one of the two on that same podcast, that said that we're working with their byproduct. That it's really not byproduct. It's what they don't need, what they already have a better example of. Okay, and so we're never gonna beat them, but we could add something different. Okay, so like let's say I actually hit the snake I want, which is a puzzle VPI Exantic hypo, a true ghost puzzle. Okay, well, somebody else is going to be like, you know what, that True Ghost puzzle's really cool, but let's add in sugar. Or let's add in Desert Ghost. I mean, I have a Desert Ghost, and that's one of the further down the road things. But even if somebody hits that before me, awesome. I know what it looks like. One of the people I'm friends with, Stacy with Midgore Morphs, she went to Canova and she looked at stuff. There were a few of them. She goes, "Yeah, I really want to hit that." And then there were a few of them that she looked at that she said, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that pairing," because she didn't like the way they looked. And I get that, you know. I mean, there's been quite a few. I used to have an HRA clown that I sold. I mean, honestly, I'm just not. HRA doesn't do it for me, so no big deal. But what's going to make me different is my social media, the fact that I shed test, the fact that I know I only have to find 30 people to buy ball pythons from me out of my first three clutches, probably. And it's also about your positive attitude. You have to have a positive attitude. If you watch Proper Royal podcast, if you watch Justin with Canova, if you watch anybody's videos, the people who are positive, those are the ones you're going to buy from. I'll tell you right now, I'd buy from anybody on that podcast right there. I would buy from I've already bought from Justin Canova many times. It's all the positive people that I buy from. Okay. You keep talking about this podcast and everything. And I guess like for the newer breeder, I understand that you're telling them how to do it, but let's say I'm one of those guys that just like the car business, I started during COVID and everything was easy and now it's hard because I actually have to like work and stuff, which a lot of these guys are dropping out of the car business because of that too. But if I were in the snake business and I wanted to stay in the snake business, but I'm not selling anything or I just think it's dying, what is it that I need to do? That is a tough question. What would I do if I was one of those people who got in the business and thought it was super easy and I thought I was really, really great at it because it was like shooting fish in a barrel? Um, I'm not saying that they thought they were better than they are, but at the same time, they started at a time that it was easy. I think I myself, I would do a reboot of what I own. Um, the biggest thing is you're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone because you're probably pretty comfortable with what you already have as snakes. Um, you need to go to shows. You need to see what's selling, what's not selling. If you have a lot of stuff that isn't selling, it could just be the fact that you have a lot of, 66% heads, 50% heads. So just shed test. Use RGI. Um, Another thing too, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people that go to shows, and I know one of my buddies, he went to a show and he got upset because he sold a snake for, I think it was 180 or $200, and he said it should have sold for $300. Well, I figured it up last night actually before because I knew I was going to make this video. Raw right here, my boy right here, he costs in food if he were to not go on hunger strikes, which he was in today's video and today's feeding day, so obviously he didn't eat. Um, if he were to eat every week or every other week, he would cost about $230 a year in food just for rats. And then you have electric because you have to keep the heat tape going in here. You have your Repti chip and stuff like that. So, I mean, even if I sold raw for $300, I've had him for a year and a half. So, people who think that, ooh, I sold a snake, I made money. No, you didn't. You did not make money. You cost yourself not to have an expense, is all you did. Um, that's going to be a big thing, as a lot of people don't do accounting of their actual inventory and stuff like that. They just see instant gratification because they got into it whenever it was easy and they could sell everything all the time. You have to have a business mindset. I mean, I went to Eastern Illinois University and I went for business administration. So I understand business. I get that. Um, a lot of people that were in that situation when I first started, I guess, I would say start a social media. Make sure you get your name and your face out there for people to look at and see. I would say step outside your comfort zone, definitely. If you're afraid to be in front of a camera, get in front of a camera. There are so many people in front of a camera. I mean, I'm fat and short, and I stutter a lot and I breathe heavy because I need to, watch my health. um, yeah, that's what I would definitely say. Step outside your comfort zone. There's several different podcasts, there's several different videos, and a lot of positive people. Also, yes, positivity. Positivity when you're at a show. I went to a show, one of my last 3 shows that I went to. There was this one stand who had huge hides. I mean, I'm talking 70 tubs. 70s. Okay? There were hides that would fit in a 70s tub. And I literally turned around. I said to my sister-in-law, "Oh my God, they have hides that have fit in a 70s tub. I think I'm going to buy those." This lady snapped around and she goes, "What did you just say?" And it was in such a voice and confrontational that any of the hides, and these were nice looking hides. They weren't the plastic ones that you usually put inside of these. They were like made out of ceramic or something. But this lady's confrontationalness caused me not to buy anything from that table. Nothing at all. So you need to watch how you talk to customers. I'm a car salesman, so I definitely know that. You need to read body language too, of course. That's another lesson. We can do a whole video on that. This is running a little long in my opinion, so step outside of your comfort zones, shed test your animals, do videos, reboot your stuff, look at what sells, what doesn't sell. Join a Patreon. That's another thing. I'm in Canova's Patreon. Adam with Proper Royals has a Patreon, and he does a lot of marketing and stuff like that in there. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking to reboot and make yourself better, it's all about your attitude. It's all about stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing the work. One part of the work is definitely not is gonna be something you're gonna hate, and that's gonna be seeing what you have to lose to gain. Okay, because to go fast, you have to go slow, and that makes no sense to some people, but it will after a while, because you have to know that, hey, I'm gonna sell off all these 10 snakes that aren't selling, and I'm gonna take a loss on them and put them on Morph Market and throw them inside of the auction and get rid of them. That way I can get some stuff that's going to make me some money, hopefully. Okay? And it's not about the money, because I myself, Raw here, Raw is my pet. He's not going nowhere. I know he's a pastel, spot-nosed, lesser clown. $300 snake. He'll be here for 10 years. That's $2,000 in food. I don't care. He's an awesome snake. Okay? So I've been long winded on this. I apologize to you people 100%. I'm gonna let Fisher close out the video. Have fun. Well, of course you want the coolest triplet to close out the video. I mean, that just makes sense, man. Um, you all need to like, subscribe, and comment. Next time we do a question answer session like this, I'll make sure we pull out some snakes. I know they all ate today, so unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about that. But hopefully, we got some questions answered for everybody on why everybody thinks the ball python business is failing. If you're a new breeder, what to do to, succeed. If you're one of those that got into the business when it was easy and you really, really want to succeed, and you don't want to quit, hopefully we got some answers for you too, man. I really wish I could pull out a snake. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to take a picture of a real cool snake, and we'll see what the niece thinks of this snake. All right, man. We're actually going to take a video of the niece's snake here. This is Nico. She named him, okay? All right, so this is a VPI Exantic leopard hep hide, and he's ready to come at me. And since Miss Heather is going to help us with this video, we're going to do a bonus snake. This is a fire clown. Her name is Katra, and it is also Heather's snake. Well, hey, Heather, you got to see the videos of the two snakes that I made, man. And I know both of them are like your snakes. You got Katra and you got Nico. I mean, out of all of Josh's snakes, and he has like 32 of them, those are your two favorites. Why are they the standouts for you?
Mostly their colors and patterns.
Colors and patterns? Okay. I know they kind of got a little bit of an attitude too, I think, right?
Well, it matches their character personalities that they're named after.
Oh, really? What are they named after?
Katra's named after Katra from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and Nico is from Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Nice. Very nice. And, thank you for being on the video here. I totally like that, because I mean, Josh, unfortunately, he's like, he's a nerd. So he just doesn't get the rest of the group onto the camera. He wants to hog the limelight. What can we say, man? Anyhow, so when you guys went to Tinley, what was your favorite part of Tinley?
The art stuff. It was really cool to see all the different artists and what they did.
Okay, so like if you were, starting off in the business and you had somebody that didn't like snakes, you would definitely walk them to like the artist gallery and stuff like that, right?
Definitely.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you for being on the video, man. And you have a good day of school tomorrow.